Well, hello, friends, and it has been a wonderful day. And finally, we are here with my partner, Nicole, to talk about email marketing. But before we go into email marketing,
Yes.
Nicole, how has the day been? What do you think about the day so far?
Well, hey, friends. Honestly, it has been an amazing day for me. From Breeze Travel to Sandals Resorts to the panel discussion, like, hello. The panel discussion for me was super relevant. The panelists were amazing.
I
The
know
whole
they
lineup
were.
and
Yes.
just the topics. I like the topics that border on controversial and value add and entertaining at the same time. I love that. But I also Breeze Travel, right? They did a really great
Yes.
presentation. What a great product.
Amazing. And I think we really do need that in the Caribbean. We really do because again, British travel British travel is doing a lot more destinations and
Yes.
other major tour operators don't do that. Some agents don't even know about the product, the
Right.
experiences. And I think that's one of the ways we could really differentiate the Caribbean is that you could do with so many islands and so much to do. And that was a really good presentation. It
I
was a good.
love it. And they're right. Just, same like how you explore Europe as a
Exactly.
multi-destination.
Yes. So you
Why
could do
not
the
package the
Caribbean.
Caribbean as a multi-destination? Yes, you're not taking a train, but maybe it's a boat and it's a
Ferry,
maybe you're flying
a little
or a ferry,
ferry,
right?
a dinghy, a
So
two-seater. I mean, that's all part of the adventure. But yes,
personally, I think that's more exciting. That's more
yes,
fun.
yes.
So I like how they package everything together. And even if you're not doing a multi-destination, trip to the Caribbean, just the way that they allow you to get all these different
Package.
parts together, I love that. Love
And
that.
I also like the part where you could, if there is a supplier that you use that they don't have, you could bring that supplier in. So you could
Yes.
always bring your vendor in to use them. So it's excellent. But let's talk about why we
Yes.
here today. So my friend Nicole Barrett, Nicole can introduce herself. What am I doing? Nicole Barrett will talk about the importance of email marketing. So tell us a little bit about what you'll be talking about today.
Sure. So let me just say a couple words. Hello, friends. If you don't already know, I'm Nicole Barrett, and I'm the founder of SBI Global and the Travelpreneur Academy, where I help travel pros like you attract, engage, and convert an audience. So we're going to talk a little bit about email marketing today as far as digital marketing goes. Tomorrow, you're going to hear about social media marketing from Nikita France Brown. But the two, they go hand in hand together, right?
They do. That's all
They
part of the
do.
marketing. Yes.
Yeah.
So you start. Tell us the importance of email marketing because some travel agents they get so busy with the client they forget to do certain things. They forget to not they sell, but they forget to market as well. So tell us the
Right.
importance of email marketing in the travel
Well,
industry.
sure. One of the big things about email marketing is that it allows you to build credibility and authority. And you can do it in such a way that sometimes social media doesn't allow you to do because you get more words. It can be a little bit more personal. And studies have shown that more purchases come from email marketing than it does from social media. But the two really, they do go hand in hand, right? So authority is driven home through consistent opportunities. And just like social media, email allows you to do that too. And of course, it's going to allow you to kind of put yourself in the space or out in the field as an expert. And one of my favorite things about email marketing is that it creates space for storytelling. And when you're telling a story, you're connecting with people, right? So, there's a rule that I say follow when you're doing emails. It is a 40-40-20 rule. And I'm going to tell you that the first two 40s is the best place to connect with people and to then urge someone to reach out to you or purchase from you, right? So the first 40 is personal and lifestyle. The second 40 is talking about your services, your clients, what you do. And then not the second, the last part of it is a 20%, and that is where you're promoting. That first 40 is so important because we know that something like a vacation can be emotionally driven, right? But when you're not going to get a chance to connect with people until you have found some emotion of your own, share some of your own things, and create a space for storytelling. So, the fact that it creates that space of storytelling, it allows for an emotional commitment.
That's really important. That's seriously very, very interesting. So let's talk about email marketing now. Before we go deeper into it, I have one question I need to ask you. And I'm one of those that I do not like rejection. I mean, I'm a little bit sensitive. So when it comes to rejection, I'm kind of like going a little corner for a little bit. But afterwards, but tell me, like, I do email marketing, send out newsletters and stuff. What happens when you get people who unsubscribe to your information? What do you do when you get those who say take me off your list, or
Great. I say hallelujah. And the reason why I say that is because, take for example, you walk into Target. You don't always buy something from Target. You unsubscribe from Target's mailing list. Doesn't mean you will never shop at Target. You may unsubscribe from someone else's mailing list. Doesn't mean that you won't shop at the Loft, for example, right? So what that does when someone unsubscribes, all they're telling you is that you're not for me, or you're not for me at this moment. And that's okay, because not everyone is for you. The problem that we have, Kelly, is that we want everyone to like us.
Everybody to like us,
We want everyone to like us.
For us. Yeah.
And that's an issue. And that's okay, right? But the way I say it is, you don't like everyone. So why should everyone like you? And that's okay. I would rather have a great, engaging, connecting conversation with 50 people on my list who wants to hear what I have to say, who looks forward to my email on a weekly or bi-weekly basis or monthly basis, however you do that, than 10,000 people who are only going to clog up my email service provider and make me pay more monthly for like MailChimp or ConvertKit or something like that, right? It's okay if people unsubscribe. Do not get hung up on that. Because, people don't, what I find is travel agents will say, oh, I don't want to send an email because I don't want people to unsubscribe. And then what that does is it stops them from showing up.
Yeah.
And what you need to do is show up for the people who want to hear from you. So by not showing up for the people who will unsubscribe, you are not showing up for the people who need you. And what happens is that affects your bottom line, right? So there is one thing that you can do to kind of limit or lower the unsubscribes from your list. And it goes back to that storytelling I was talking about earlier, is allowing people to get to know you. Oftentimes, people will, travel agents send an email and it's all promotional. And it's all, here are all these sales. Here's my stuff, buy my stuff. What you want to do is tell your own personal story. Who are you? What do you like to do? What's the name of your dog? Where are you going this weekend? It may not be out of the country. Maybe it's a staycation at home. What's your family like? What are your thoughts on opinions on different things? Allow people to connect with you, because once they're connected with you, even if they're not interested in the email that you're sending today, they will still keep you in their email inboxes, right?
So this goes to let them like you.
Let them like you.
Liking you again.
Let them like you. And here's the other thing too, is that don't forget that when someone buys a vacation, when someone books a trip with you, that's probably what, on average, once a year, maybe they're going on a family vacation, maybe twice a year, but on average, it's once a year or once every 2 years. And so when you keep sending those people promotional emails every single time, they will definitely unsubscribe. Because if I've just come back from a trip and you're sending me next week, next month, 5 months from now, you're saying, oh, this is on sale, that is on sale, I will definitely unsubscribe because I'm not ready yet. I literally just got back. Give me a moment. But what I would like to hear and see from you are these storytelling types of emails. Fantastic. Let me get to know you, right? Give me some travel news. Yeah. Tell me how that will affect me in the future. Tell me again, like I said, what you're doing this weekend, things like that, storytelling.
Fantastic. Get them to know you. And you said something early on that is so important, and it breaks down to quality over quantity. So we don't want the 10,000 and nobody will stick with us, but give it a 50 a few
Yes.
that are interested that will work with me. So
Yes.
quality over quantity always makes a big difference. So
Exactly.
my other question, I think it goes down to being a travel agent and farm trips. So
Right.
tell me how I could use email marketing when I'm about to attend to participate in the farm trip.
In a
If
fam or
you know,
something like that. So for example, we have this fam coming up to St. Kitts, right? We're doing,
yeah,
yay, there was famsandretreats.com, by the way, folks, to
plug that
register.
in, farmsandretreat.com. If you haven't applied, go do that now.
Yes, famsandretreats.com. So we have this fam trip coming up to St. Kitts. And on this fam trip, for example, we're going to be going over things like this. So what do you email and say before a trip? What do you email and say during a trip? And what do you email and say post trip after you get back? So the way I would approach something like this is to send an email to your list and say, hey, by the way, hey, Nicole, how are you? Just thought I'd let you know I'm going to St. Kitts this, next month, and I'm really excited. Or you could say next week. I mean, don't say next month. You can if you want to, but ideally it'd be like a week or 2 weeks before. I'm heading to St. Kitts, in a couple of weeks. And here are the things that I'm excited about. Here are the things that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing St. Kitts for the first time, that is in fact what you're doing. Or I'm looking forward to seeing it again because I haven't seen it since 2009. Show some vulnerability. A lot of times we try to make it look like we know everything. We've been everywhere and we're the expert on everything, and we're not, right? But you can say, hey, it's my first time to St. Kitts, and I'm excited to get to learn about what's new, what the island is like. I'm hopping over to Nevis. I'm excited about that too. I get to meet the hotel manager, the general manager. I'm set up to have a meeting with the St. Kitts Tourism Authority or Tourism Board. That's great. That's building your credibility and your authority. And then you can, in the middle of the email or towards the end, you can say, have you ever been to St. Kitts? Is there anything specific that you would like me to look out for, listen out for, ask the tourist board, ask the general manager? Is there anything that you need to know that I can help you with while I'm there, right? And then you can say, you can have them look forward, just like how like in a TV series, they have that cliffhanger at the end or something for you to look forward to. You can say, hey, I'm going on an ATV tour. I'm scared. I am super scared. It's gonna be my first time ziplining or something, right? I'm so scared, but guess what? Stay tuned because I'm gonna send you screaming videos probably or photos. I'll let you know how it goes, right? Something like that. And that is pre-trip.
Pre-trip.
When you're on the trip, it's another great way to establish credibility, right? So you can take a photo with the general manager or with someone from the tourist board or someone else, a resort staff, show some personality, create some connection and say, hey, I just met so-and-so and so, and he or she answered some of the questions that I got in my, from my last email. And the questions I got were, how far away is St. Kitts from so-and-so? What type of beaches are there in St. Kitts? What's the food like? And here are the questions that I got, and I'm answering them in this email. Build your credibility, build your authority, include a picture of yourself and the general manager, for example. Now that's during the trip, right? Another thing that you can do during the trip is maybe you're not sending a batch email to your entire list. Maybe you're selecting folks who are, would be interested in St. Kitts. Or maybe you're selecting one potential client who this would be a great destination or resort for. And you can say, hey, I'm at the Core Resort. The bar atmosphere and experience that you're looking for, I thought would be perfect for you because I sat there today at 5 p.m. and here is what I heard, here is what I smelled, here's what I drank. I think this would be good for you. Or this beach is the exact beach that you're looking for. I thought you'd be interested, so I took a picture. This one's for you. Hello from St. Kitts. Individual emails like that would also be great. And then after the trip, and this can be for a trip, for an event, for example, like this event that you're attending today, this would be a good one to say, hey, on my recent trip or event, I was able to catch up with so-and-so and so, the general manager of this destination or a supplier. And you can say something like, I count myself lucky and honored to be able to work with people like that, right? Amazing people and put their names. because now you know them on a first name basis.
Yeah,
And credibility and authority. Like now you're the expert, right? And you can say why that's important to you. So connecting with and working with suppliers and hotels like Core Resort, for example, helps me to be able to curate experiences for my clients like you, right? But it also gives me direct connection to provide a unique booking experience for you. And then you can give them an example if you want to. Again, the whole idea, credibility, authority, establishing yourself as an expert, and showing them that you have connections, right? You know people is what you're saying.
And that's important. You know people,
that's
the
important.
credibility that you know people that can fix things, you know.
Exactly. So, people that can fix things. Exactly.
Yeah. That was great. So again, the importance of email marketing and email marketing as a travel advisor, travel agent,
yeah,
is very, very important. And do you have any suggestions of the best when it comes to email marketing? What services are the better ones out there that gives you more? You know, I know most agents do. I don't want to put any names out there, but a lot of agents do. If I get some emails from them as well, mail chips out there. But do you think there's those that are that are easier to that can give you more for your money?
You mean like an email service provider like MailChimp or something like that?
Yeah.
So I say the best one to use is the one you're going to use. For example, there are some great ones out there, and it all depends on what level you are at, at the tech and what you need to send out. Maybe you're sending out really, really simple everyday emails where it's just conversational based. You're not so hung up on the insights, which sometimes you should be, but maybe you're not so hung up on the insights. And you don't really care if it does text marketing or if that, then that type of situation, then something like Flowdesk is easy, right? Or MailChimp. I'm not a big recommender of Constant Contact or MailChimp, but sometimes I understand that that's a great way in. MailerLite is also a good one. Those are simple and easy to use.
Effective. Very
effective. Yeah. Now, if you know a little bit more, then I'm going to say, okay, great. Maybe you want to go to ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign, but those cost a little bit more money and they're a little bit more complicated. That's why they cost more money, because they do more. At the end of the day, start where you are. Start with the one that you're going to use, because I can say to you that ActiveCampaign, which I use, and I also use ConvertKit, I actually use all of them because I need to be able to talk about them. But ActiveCampaign and ConvertKit are the ones that I use for my own personal business. And I can say to you, use those, and that's what I use, and you run and you get that, but you find out how complicated it is, and then you don't send an email for 6 months because it's so complicated, right? Start with something simple like Flowdesk, MailerLite, MailChimp, get consistent, and then once you start to do more, then you can step it up. There's no reason, there's nothing that says that you have to stay with those three, or any of those three. You can always move up. So start with the one you're going to use.
So use the KISS method. Keep it short.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. So thank you so much. Any last words?
Yes. I will say just a couple tips, right? So, I talk about complications and emails and sending emails consistently. And what happens is when you're sending email consistently and you're trying to get really complicated with it, sometimes it doesn't really happen as consistent as it should, right? So for me, I prefer to send a text, regular, schmegular email, meaning I'm not getting complicated with the photos and the video and the font and I like to start my emails simple because I want it to look like it's coming from a real person, which it is, but it's coming through an ESP, an email service provider, right? Very simple. That allows me to create a space for unique storytelling, right? That's one tip. Another tip is you want targeted communication. So if, for example, you do romance travel, but you do romance travel to Europe, to the Caribbean, to Mexico, but you also do cruises, like river cruises, for example, right? Let's say you do that. Your river cruise folks may not be your Caribbean folks, and your Caribbean folks may not be your Europe romance folks, right? So if and when you can, create different lists. So have different lists and send different emails to different pockets of people, because I'm going to tell you why. If I all I want to do is go to the Caribbean, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, or that is the majority of what I do, and you keep sending me emails about river cruises, that is one way for someone to unsubscribe. Because now I'm not interested. The same thing applies for, if yes, you may have done my honeymoon, you did my honeymoon, but now I got 5 kids, okay? And I am not going to a couples only resort, not anytime soon, right? Maybe for the next 10 years, I'm concentrating on family travel. So put me in a category now of family travel, because if I have 5 kids and you're sending me email about couples romantic destinations every week or every other week, that's one way for me to tune you out. Okay, so have direct and targeted communication with a simple and personally present approach. Show that you are a human behind the email. You're not Target, you're not Kohl's, you're not the Loft. I'm thinking of all the, you're not Christmas tree shop, right? Right. So have a personal approach behind the emails for sure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicole. And if I didn't say who I was from the beginning of this, I am Kelly Fontenelle.
Hi, Kelly Fontenelle. Are you sure you're not Kelly and Nicole?
I know.
As per our bloopers video yesterday that we posted on social media, go over to Nicole S. Barrett on Instagram to see what I'm talking about. She keeps introducing herself as Kelly and Nicole.
I'm Kelly, and this is Nicole.
I'm Kelly. I'm not Kelly and Nicole. I'm Kelly.
And this is Nicole over there. But thank you so much. And I hope you all had a fantastic day and you learned a lot, or you got reminders, or you made new connections. And look out for tomorrow. We have a lot more in store for you tomorrow. So yes, enjoy the rest of the day.
We have more coming up this afternoon, right? Did you say that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Thank you, folks. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me again. I'm Nicole S. Barrett on Instagram. You can send me a DM, or you can email me at nicole@sbyglobal.com. I am happy to help, get on a quick 15-minute call with you, just to go over what you have going on with your emails and see what we can do together.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicole. Bye.
Anytime. Bye.